Hey guys, welcome back to RHR Jen. I'm so glad you're here. Honk honk, everyone. Happy disaster as ever relaunch day. Happy Friday. I'm so glad you're here. Make sure you're subscribed, hit the thumbs up, leave me comments. All that helps YouTube to recommend this video. We got to dive into this. Today was the relaunch of As Ever. I make this face because it wasn't clear what it was. It was supposed to be a restock. I'll go into why that's not what it was either. And I've been watching it. I've been waiting to talk about it. So here we are with all my thoughts. I got lots of thoughts on this and lots to talk about with this new disaster launch that happened today. Again, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Now let's get into this. Guys, As Ever, disaster as ever. I mean, there's just no thought put into this thing, and I'll go into what I mean. It's so crazy at this point. It really is like nothing I've ever seen before. I've talked to people in all kinds of businesses, and I've just I haven't heard any of them say this is a great way to launch products. No, it's terrible. It doesn't make any sense, any of this. But yeah, so today I'm recording this on Friday, June the 20th, and today was supposed to be the restock, relaunch, I don't know what she's calling it, of As Ever. So I'd like to start out by the disaster timing of it all. Let me show you. I've got a video. Let's see, where did it go? It's right here. Okay. So I'm going to hit play on this. There's no sound, but I want to show you what it looks like. Okay, starting with this. So when you go to her As Ever Instagram, you see her on a swing. Okay. All right, I have lots to say about that. But her on a swing, looking carefree. Do you think the kids are allowed to use a swing? No, I'm guessing probably not. That's for mommy's photo shoots. That's not for you guys to play on. But I don't know, super okay, yeah, in that outfit in a bright color on a swing. May I just remind you all that this was a couple of years ago, Catherine, looking lovely on a swing in a garden that she had designed. I love it so much. Look at that. Such a cute photo. I've always loved this photo of Catherine. So then we have Meghan on a swing. Sure. She just seems like so much fun. Why wouldn't she be hanging out on swings, right? Okay, so there's that, but then let's go back to the video. So then what she did was she had this photo both on As Ever and on her Meghan Instagram. And when you go to it, I'll show you, there was a countdown. There you go. See, and it counted down to the launch time. Okay, so I watched it, I filmed it, and that's what it looked like at launch time. But here's the crazy part. I don't know if you could tell what just happened there. So it had been counting down till launch time all morning. So I looked at it like 2 hours before launch and leading up to launch, thinking that what would happen is at launch time, it would redirect you to the sales page or it would give you a link or something. Nope, nothing. It just said 0. I mean, just as you said, it threw some confetti or dried flowers or whatever, and it just said 0. So even just the basics like, okay, how do customers get over to your page if that's what they're there for? No thought put into it. I don't pretend to know Instagram, but even I understand the importance of putting links into things so that way people can find it easier. If people have to go searching, they're not going to most of the time. Your diehard fans will, but most people will not. So that's just a weird detail. I just don't understand why you wouldn't make that one extra step effort. Doesn't matter to her. Anyway, so it's supposed to be a relaunch, restock. I don't know what it is. The only thing I could tell that was different are that she's now got apricot spread. So I don't mind apricots. They're fine, but did we know this was going to be a thing? I don't remember her publicizing this or getting excited about it or doing any kind of anything with apricots. I'm surprised she didn't do anything with lemons. She's always talking about the damn lemons. Why not do a lemon curd? It just doesn't make any sense. 0 blanks given. Every other product seems to be the same from what I could tell. I looked. I'm scrolling through. But you can now buy this apricot stuff for 14. Okay, sure. I pretended to buy one to see, and it acted like it was going to let me buy one. I should have pretended to buy a couple just to see what would happen there, but you get the idea on that one. Let's see. Oh, I'll play that in a second. She put out an Instagram video since then, but I'm not quite there yet. But look, I've got pictures. So here's the apricot. So it's $14. That's the picture on the website. Keepsake packaging. Again, what are we doing with this? Why do we need keepsake packaging? Why do you need $14 apricot spread? I like apricots, but I don't want to pay $14 for a jar of them. Ugh, gross. Again, it has to be called spread. You can see it there. Just no thoughts given. But what's weird too is, okay, so she kept talking about the rosé, right? I've heard her talk about the rosé. You've heard her talk about the rosé. And then even there are articles out talking about the apricot spread. Oh yeah, I forgot. There was a new honey that was released too, but people were complaining that they couldn't get it. I forget what the deal was on the honey. I'll get that pulled up in a minute. But the other talk was the rosé. Well, in articles like this, it mentions the rosé, but you have to do a little digging, and I did. And I figured out she's not even launching the rosé yet. So today is June the 20th that she did this restock. She's not launching the rosé. According to this article, it'll be July 1st. So what are we doing? She made such a big deal about, I could just sell out instantly, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go back and think. Okay, but no thought was given, no thought put into this seemingly. And then you're going to go back again in what, a week and a half and go launch a rosé as well. This just seems like the most disjointed thing. And again, so who is this for? The people that actually like her, the customers that actually want to buy this stuff, they're probably not going to be thrilled with the idea of, okay, I want to get that apricot. Great. I'll come back in 10 days and get the rosé too. I find that such a weird launch. Don't you want to usually launch together? So that way, if they're buying the rosé, they might be like, I'll add on the apricot too, or something like that, versus, all right, I'll go now and buy the one thing, and I guess I'll buy the other thing in 2 weeks or whatever. I just find that so bizarre. But her rosé is infused with joy and whimsy. Oh, that's not a thing. Does anybody else just get completely like, what? When you hear that, how are you just going to add words like that to something where they need not apply? What could I add joy and whimsy to? Let's see. I've got to clean my house later. I can't wait to do that with joy and whimsy. What? It doesn't apply. I'm going to put on a podcast and move around and wipe things. Like, that's not joy and whimsy. You're making rosé. That's not joy and whimsy. How do you bottle whimsy? Oh my goodness gracious. So there's that nonsense. Oh, but I want to point your attention to something. Look at this. Okay, so going back to the rosé, and I started asking myself, July 1st. July 1st. Why July 1st? Well, nothing Meghan ever does is not calculated. You heard it here first, okay? Don't let any other YouTuber try to scoop me. I figured this out. Here we go. July 1st. What's July 1st? Canada Day. That's right, my Canadian geese and ganders. I love you, flockers. I love my Canadian geese. It's Canada Day. Guess what else? The royal family are doing things on Canada Day. Canada is, why can't I get this up here? Part of the Commonwealth. So guess what? The Duke of Edinburgh will be attending Canada Day celebrations in Ottawa. Luckies. I want to go to Canada for Canada Day. I love Canada. I love my Canadian geese. So, coincidence? Maybe. Meghan? Never. Never a coincidence. She did this on purpose. July 1st. So the royal family will be doing things to celebrate the Commonwealth, Canada Day. And that's the day she's going to launch the rosé. Okay. I see you, Meghan. I see what you're doing. Goodness gracious. I can't wrap my head around this. So today is June 20th. We're going to do a relaunch. We're going to promote products that aren't even there yet, aka the rosé. We're going to do that 10 days later and hope that people come back and still have money to buy and interest to buy the products. That's just the most disjointed thing I've ever heard. And then, of course, always has to try to one up the royal family. Always. Let's see here. I'm not done though. More ridiculousness to continue. Meghan's got out a new video. Shall we take a look and discuss how cringe and crazy it is? Cool. Yeah, me too. Here you go. This was from Instagram. Oh, let me turn this off. I'll start it off over again. Here you go. Oh, no, that's at the very beginning. Hold on.
We spent so much.
Hold on one second. Here you go. As ever. As ever. All right. Here goes.
We spent so much time making sure we had so much more inventory. That's why we took the time, and you guys are doing it again. We're nearly sold out on everything, and I can't believe it. Even flower sprinkles, which I knew was going to be the big one again. So that
she knew flower sprinkles were going to be the big one again, you guys. The flower sprinkles. Are people actually buying them? What are they doing with them?
Has more inventory than all of it. And that's also about to sell out. So I was looking at my iMessage and I thought, okay, I love this feature and I never thought of it like, is it confetti or is it flower sprinkles?
Okay. All right. We have so much to talk about. She's excited and cheering on her phone, showing a feature that her phone does. And again, it's all about flower sprinkles. What in the Arrested Development is going on? I actually feel uncomfortable watching this. It feels very juvenile, like a teenage girl made this, and I'm just like, oh, what is this? I cannot relate to this at all. I can't tell you the last time I got excited about flower sprinkles. Who gets excited about flower sprinkles? There are real life things going on. But yeah, so that's the video she put out, but I have so many thoughts. I just want to talk through some of these with you. So again, I gotta get this off my screen because I cannot with her. Here's my thoughts on all this. So the limited restock obviously feels like a tease. I knew and I called it. And if you're part of my group chat, because you got one from me that said something along the lines of, oh, she sold out in less than an hour last time. She's going to have to outdo herself this time. It's going to have to be something like that because she can't act like things have gone worse rather than better. So then we instantly got that video saying we're selling out. So once the official numbers come through, we'll see how much she claims to have sold out. So yeah, the only thing additional that I could find was an apricot spread. And then there was an orange blossom honey. That's the one I was trying to think of. After months of waiting since the April launch, right? It's not that people were waiting on it. It's more of just the teasing of it. So she's been teasing this and did a countdown and then nothing's new. And yeah, it's just like, I'm going to have a big party with lots of stuff here. And then you come, and it's just like one thing. And you're like, huh? Okay. Quick selling out, again, just sounds like all I sense from that is like a money ploy. It's just a technique to act like it's, where the products are vanishing in under an hour, that sort of thing. It's to play deliberately hard to get. So that way it'll look like things are more in demand than they actually are. I don't believe it. Again, with the dried flower video, I just wrote another dried flower video. Really, Meghan's recent Instagram, it's a rehash of old content. Again, she's already talked about these on every episode of With Love Meghan. That's before I even knew she was selling them. I said in my notes, what is with the dried flowers? She talks about them every episode. And sure enough, of course, it's all back to self-promotion. What else is new? The rosé, yeah, the hype is there, but then, well, I say that she's trying to get the hype there, but then it turns out they're not even available for 10 more days. So why are we talking about it? All it is to me, in my opinion, I'm going to show you, is she wants your email address. She's saying, put in your email address and you'll get the information on this rosé. Well, I believe there's money to be made there. That's just my opinion on that. but conveniently, it'll be available July 1st, Canada Day. I don't think anything is a coincidence with those two. It feels like an opportunity to capitalize on things that the royal family will be doing and try to get attention for herself. Let's see what else. She's trying to compete for attention. Yeah, when the spotlight's elsewhere, always. So overpriced and overhyped. So the apricot spread is launched at $9 or $14. The 14 is the keepsake packaging. Now, when I went on, I only saw the 14, but I admittedly did not look that hard. The honey is $28. $28 for honey. And I know that Manuka honey can be really expensive, but that's not what this is. Why is this honey $28? My goodness. And we've had it explained before about you only have to put a small percentage of local honey into the mixture to call it local honey. Just keep that in mind. Don't be fooled. Don't pay $28 for honey. Let's see. I just don't understand what it means to be infused with joy and whimsy. Maybe I'm not infused with joy and whimsy. I am infused with those things. That's the thing, but I can't wrap my head around honey infused with joy and whimsy. Can you? Can you make sense out of that? It just feels like we're seeing arrested development. That's all I can think about with this. The swing photo compared with, paired with her obsession with whimsical touches. When has Meghan ever known to be whimsical? I can't make sense out of that either. It just seems like a time warp. She's trying to be a quirky influencer or something, and it's just missing. It's like a Pinterest board aesthetic, if you ask me. She's the worst business person I've ever seen. And I'm not even just saying that to like be mean. She just is. It's crazy to me. Launching as ever with just 50 jam jars in April. We're stocking with only apricot spread and honey. And then bragging about selling out is just artificial scarcity. So to me, it just doesn't scream like she's actually interested in running this business. It's just bragging rights. She's playing at business. She's prioritizing buzz over substance. She uses these words like skews, and I'm not convinced she always knows what they mean anyway. A real entrepreneur would scale production or diversify products to meet demand, not tease them with crumbs and call it a launch. It just seems disjointed, and I don't know who this was for, because it seems like it would frustrate even her biggest fans, right? If they were actually trying to get something like this. She's swinging for attention and once again missing the mark. Swinging is the word there. I just think it's an attempt to be, look at me, I'm whimsical, and it's just missing completely. The childish branding is just from the loopy swoopy handwriting to again the swings and the whimsy infused. It just is not. It's missing the mark. She's trying to advertise rosé and spread. These are not children's items. So I just don't understand how one has to do with the other. I'm trying to think of it from a marketing point of view, and it's confusing, to put it nicely, as is the 25 names of every company she has. Can't really tell who's doing what, but let's see. I would say that the ineptitude shines on the launch of things like not routing back to the website itself so people know where to order your stuff. If they've been watching the countdown, that would be the logical step, not for Meghan. And then she was like, remember the first go around, I'm so sorry that more wasn't available. She wasn't. She was excited to say that it sold out in a certain amount of time. I believe it was pre-planned and not much inventory. That's my opinion. So what's it going to be this time? I'm so sorry. We kind of saw a little bit about that. I planned for more flowers because I knew they'd be popular, and they're already sold out. It's like, but are they? And what does plan for mean? Does that mean you had 4 bags of flour as opposed to 2 before? I just wonder. I wonder about all that. Anyway, now you've got to let me know your thoughts on all this. Will you be buying them? Don't buy them. I'm not buying them. Um, okay, I'm not even take Meghan out of the equation. Just in general, is apricot spread something that you would buy? Again, I like apricots. I like a charcuterie board with meats and cheeses, and if there's some dried apricots in there, that's good. That whatever that bite of the apricot with the cheese and meat is delicious together. So I like it. I can't say that I'm interested in an apricot spread. I mean, to each his own. Let me know if you are. Let me know if I'm cheese stands alone here. I'm going to leave this here. Dying to know your thoughts on all this. My sincere appreciation for you being here. I want to remind you guys that I do have my weight loss channel. That's right. I have Goose Adventures where I'm detailing how I've recently lost 140 plus pounds. Isn't that crazy? Yep, it says 130. I now am up over 140 pounds. I don't say the exact numbers, but it's big. So that was me before, and this is me now. How about that? Different, same human, different exterior. But yeah, I'm excited about all the progress made over there. I keep reading the comments, and so many people have started working out along with me and eating healthy and already down some weight. I think that's fantastic. You guys are inspirational. And I love that vlog so much. So check that out if you're interested. It's Goose Adventures. But thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it. I cannot wait to read your comments on this one. Let me know your thoughts on all of it, from the horrible launch to the video she made and the dried flowers and everything in between. Let me know. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you have the best day. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. Okay, they're gone. So Dylan and I had recorded, I think, 2 videos. They were supposed to be up last weekend, but then Harry and Meghan did stuff, so they keep getting bumped. So I'll probably put them up this weekend. I'm just saying that out loud. They're good videos. They're interesting, but I might say something that's out of date, and that's why. I'm just wanting to explain that in case you get one. You're like, what is Jen talking about? That happened a week and a half ago. Well, it's because I don't want to waste the videos. They're good videos, but they're just going to be a little bit behind. That's why. So anyway, hopefully you understand that. But as they continue to do more crazy things, I'm going to talk about it. I hear you. I miss the lives too. Those are coming back. Just a crazy time right now. And we'll get back on that soon because I miss you guys very much. And I really appreciate you all. And I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. I can't wait to read your comments on this one. You got to let me know. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Oh, you know what? While we're here, look. Actually, I'm moving it the wrong way. I covered up Ryan's, hold on, I'm doing it the wrong way, cord a little bit. It's hard to do this backwards. Ryan's cord a little bit, so it kind of blends in a little better because you guys used to call him a goose on a leash. Well, his leash is blue. I also did it. You can't see it. There's a white cable that hung out, see, by this lamp. I covered that too. So look at me again. Atomic Habits, minor changes, big outcomes. And I ordered a fancy new camera that'll be here very soon. I can't wait. So you'll get to see me in high def. Oh, I'm sorry for you. Anyway, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the blue. I think the blue's fun. And I always get comments like, why do you wear your shirt like that? It's actually built like this. It's interesting. One side is a normal tank top. The other side is down with a little tie on it, which I think is so cute. So I got a couple different colors. I just like this blue. Shocker. I like blue, right? All right. I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. I hope you guys have the best day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. Oh, God. Meghan, I just thought of her winking at her wedding. So weird. Anyway, bye.